What's up, people? Nature Girl 30 here, and guys, this is another mini Q&A, and I thank you guys so much for sending me questions and continue sending me questions. And let's get started with the first set of questions that I have from Brony Loney. Thoughts on Samoa Joe debuting on NXT, and how long do you give WWE before they ruin Samoa Joe? I actually did do a discussion video on this, and it pretty much gives all my thoughts about Samoa Joe's debut, as well as how I believe he's going to fare WWE. So definitely check that out. And your next question for me is Rusev's push over? No, I don't think it is. Everybody thinks it is because Cena won and all this other stuff. Look, Cena did not crush Rusev. Okay, Rusev is not crushed. Honestly, I really believe that Rusev is now, he's not, his push is not completely over. He's just feuding with Dolph Ziggler, which means it's going to be a very short feud. But Rusev is a big guy. He's very dominant. And I think he's going to go on alone by himself without a mouthpiece. And I think that's something he should have done a long time ago. I really wish he didn't go the whole Sable and Mark Merrill route. But instead, they decided to go that way. And it'll be a minor setback, but I don't think his push is going to be over. Will Joe randomly turn heel once he makes it to the main roster and get rid of and get fed to? Well, okay, let me reroute that. Will Joe randomly turn heel once he makes it to the main roster and get fed to Cena? Okay, guys. I put it on Twitter. The last Raw that came on, Cena hasn't had a decent win in nearly a year. He won the U.S. title, a starter belt in this case. The U.S. title, yes, is prestigious and all that. But for somebody who has nearly come close to beating Ric Flair's record for being a WWE champion, and now he's down to getting the U.S. title, the actual starter belt that he had when he got started, no, guys, he is not the main guy anymore. I'm sorry, he isn't. He probably isn't even close to even being it. I can't even say he's in the Breakfast Club anymore. I really can't. And I doubt that he's going to get fed to anybody. To be honest with you, Cena is not as big as you guys stated he is. Cena has been on the back burner for nearly a year. The guy has a freaking starter belt. I'm sorry. The U.S. title is just now starting to get something to it because of the open challenges. And I've already made my comments on that, and I'm not going to go into that. But I am saying this. Cena is not, he's not an up-and-coming destroyer. I'm sorry. He does not destroy all the newcomers that come out. I'm sorry. He doesn't have that ability. Sure, he was booked to do that way, way, way back when. But on the real, if you give a good match against Cena, because Cena will only wrestle you if he thinks you're worthy enough. Just like The Rock, for example. The Rock will only wrestle people he thinks is good enough to wrestle with. Like, if you have to literally be the greatest of the great to wrestle The Rock. Same thing with Triple H. He doesn't waste his time with amateurs. Same thing with Cena. He has enough clout to his name. The fact that he's been out there the longest, the fact that, well, not the longest, but the fact that he's as big as he is in the WWE, he has that air to his name now. He's able to do that. He's able to have that feeling towards, okay, you got to show me how good you are before I wrestle you. Seriously. And when he actually does have these wrestling matches, the best matches that I have seen so far for the U.S. title was against Neville and Sami Zayn. They gave him a run for his money. Even though they didn't win, it's still a great match and it didn't make him look bad. Rusev put on some good matches with Cena. I'm not going to lie, both times. Yeah, there were times that it started off slow, but either or, the matches that he was in with Cena still made Rusev look strong. He may not have won. Yes, the endings were flawed, and the endings is probably what messed up the whole match. But Rusev is not going to lower his push because he put on good matches with Cena. And Cena is not a push killer. I'm sorry. He does not destroy people's careers. He doesn't have that ability. So for those that keep saying that Cena is the dude to take people out just because you wrestle him, you're only saying it's because you hate the guy. Period. There's no merit, no logic, no anything. of why people really hate Cena. Besides his character, besides the way he's portrayed, and besides the way he has been pushed. And also his winning and the way he's booked, in other words. That's the only reason why I can understand why you don't like Cena. But in the case of anyone wrestling Cena and they're instantly demolished, no, I detest that theory, and I don't like that theory at all, and I doubt it's going to happen. Samoa Joe is a freaking vet. He's been out there a lot longer than Cena, and I highly doubt that he has the ability to knock down Samoa Joe, let alone Samoa Joe will allow it to happen. Seriously. If you guys believe that somebody as good as Samoa Joe can get knocked down by somebody like Cena, you underestimate him greatly. Seriously. And I'm not poo-pooing on anybody that believes that, but still, come on now. Itchy nose. But anyway. Allergies. My bad. I'm going off on a rant here and my nose is itching out of sheer allergies. But anyway. Okay, moving on. Next question. Have you heard of TNA possibly being canceled by Destination America? Yes. My friend Rico actually did tell me that that TNA is going to possibly get canceled. Well, not get canceled, but get kicked off at Destination America. Honestly, they should have waited. Seriously, they should have waited. If they were on WGN, they would probably get a lot more viewers. Not everybody has Destination America. It's great that ROH is able to actually be, good grief, my nose is itching like crazy. But anyway, it's really great for ROH to be able to be on the mainstream like everybody else. But TNA, they really got to do something about their marketing skills. It's just kind of bad how this keeps happening to them. But yeah, it's not really a shocker to me that they're going to get canceled. But so far from what I'm hearing, ROH, TNA, and NXT, and as well as Lucha Underground, are all going to be on Wednesday nights. So, Wrestling Wednesday, people, hashtag that. Wrestling Wednesday. Or if you got something cooler, hashtag it. But for me, I'm hashtagging Wrestling Wednesday. Let's start that trend going. Moving on to Dave Lester. What video games music made you cry? And what video games music has any video game music made you cry? Not cry, really. The only thing that I will say is this. A lot of people kind of give a little bit of flack against Gears of War. But I will say that the scene where Dom died and then they had that music in the background was a bit of a tearjerker. It was. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very sad. Thoughts on Taylor Swift's Bad Blood music video? I haven't seen it yet. I've only seen snippets of it, but I mean, I don't know. I really haven't seen it, so I really can't comment on it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's something. Well, let's be real. Taylor Swift's videos have not really been her best thing. I mean, I will admit, Blank Space was interesting, but style is definitely not my style. I don't know. It doesn't really fit the song. But I will say this. Everybody keeps talking about Bad Blood. I guess it's great. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Why don't you just go out and buy an Xbox One already? Do you have the money to give me to buy an Xbox One? No offense, but there's a lot that I can do with $349. I'm sorry. As much as I love video games, as much as I love playing them, there's a lot I can do with that money. So if you really want me to have a new system that bad, by all means, hand me the dosh. I will take it. I will take it and I will buy one. If you have the cash, give it to me. I will buy it. But in my humble opinion, there's a lot I can do with $349. So I'm not really that quick to going out and buying it. But if you got something for me, bring it here. Bring it my way. That's all I got to say about that. How long before Sony and Microsoft stop making games for the 360 and PS3? Honestly, I think by the end of this year, they're going to discontinue the 360 and PS3 probably after 2015. After that, they're going to be completely next gen, which is understandable because it's been a very long time since the 360 came out and they're still making games for it because they're still making money. But it's to the point where they got to make some sort of a transition. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be this year and then after this, it's going to be it. And I don't mind that, which means that the games they actually do have in rotation still are going to be much cheaper, and then they're going to actually stop making the copies of it, and you'll just have a big classic on your hands. I'm a retro chick. I don't mind that, really. But if I really want to get an Xbox One, they got to lower the price, man. Seriously, they really do. At least to $299, and then maybe we'll talk. But at this point, $349, a little bit. I can probably do something with that, like buy new tires. But moving on from there, do you ever get a video? Do you ever get on a video game high? Well, you play a video game from the same series and you can't get out of your head. Yes. I had a video game high for Halo. I had a video game high. I actually recently had a video game high for Gears of War, because I actually have played on Xbox Live with my friend Ken, and we practically played. We haven't played the entire series. We've only played Judgment and also Gears of War 3. I actually did have it in my head, even when I woke up from sleeping. It was still there. It was creepy, but yeah. If you literally see Locust in your head and actually you shooting along with Marcus Phoenix, that means you have played far too much Gears of War. And I actually had to take a break for a bit. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Can you show us all your digital games on Xbox Live? Unfortunately, I can't because I don't have it on right now. But all I know is I have a real big library, and even if I actually did bring in my camera close, I don't know whether or not with the brightness of it you're gonna get it all. But I don't know. But either or, just believe me, I got a really big library. Moving on from there to Dustin Nunn. Okay, here are some wrestling related questions for you. Okay, here we go. Do you think Ryback should become the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion? No. No freaking way, man. Don't get me wrong. He's a big dude, but he ain't ready for that just yet. I'm sorry. He has a long way to go before he becomes the big guy. The big guy with the big championship. Seriously. And my next question is this. Do you think the New Day rocks, or do you think the New Day sucks? The New Day freaking sucks. I cannot stand the New Day. I really can't. They're a walking stereotype that I wish their gimmick would just end quickly. I just cannot stand the New Day. Still don't like the New Day. And that will never change. But my final set of questions comes from Final Limits. What did you think of the video that I sent you on the Messenger, Squall and Cloud fighting together? I have not seen it, but trust me, I would not believe that it is awesome. I have seen snippets. If that's from Kingdom Hearts, then I think I have seen it. I have seen that snippet, and it actually is pretty cool. Favorite Disney villains? Oh, man, why'd you have to up and do that? Shere Khan by far is the coolest. And I don't watch I never watched the Jungle Book that often, but by far, Shere Khan and Scar are like one of the most laid back, cool villains that I just absolutely love. If you want straight up evil, of course you would go for Maleficent, which she was straight up evil. But I will say Shere Khan, Scar, and I gotta say Ursula. Like, if you're cool, laid back, and collected type of villain, I like that. I don't like the villains like, I will destroy the city. You know, stuff like that. That's just a given. But these are cool, laid back villains that know they can take you down. It's only a matter of time. I love villains like that. I do. So by far, it is Ursula, Shere Khan, and Scar. Cool, calm, and collected. Love those type of villains. Did you know that Jericho's account got hacked? Yes, I actually saw it on Twitter. JTG actually made a comment on that. I don't know why anyone would want to. There's not really anything on it, in my opinion, but maybe there is. I have no idea, but it happens. And I guess Jericho he's kind of low-key about it because I haven't heard him make a response. Do you live in a white or black neighborhood? Honestly, I don't know. Like, everybody that lives around me are so far apart. But I will say that it has this, it's kind of integrated. I mean, I live in the area that has a lot of farms, so yeah, everybody's kind of spaced out. But honestly, yeah, it's kind of integrated. But guys, those are all my questions. Thank you so much for sending me your questions, and by all means, if you have more to send me, please send them to me via YouTube or on Twitter at RKA30 hashtag Nature Girl Q&A. It's Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out, guys. Later.